Hello everyone, Sire here. I am with my Simon Says Stamps October 2020 card kit. And so what I want to focus on is this tree and maybe the bear. Those are really calling me. I want to try to make a fall card, and these two elements are calling me a lot. So I'm going to stamp those, and I'm going to actually sorry about the noise. I'm actually going to use my alcohol markers that I don't use very often. And the reason for that is because I'm not a big fan of them. They are Nuvo alcohol, and I just didn't think they were as good as the Copics that I have used. But I will use them just because with this tree, I want a nice solid color. Compared to my pencil crayons that I would use, you don't get that solid color. I will try to stamp these with a block. Let's see if that works. I'm not usually successful with a large detailed image like this, but I am going to use my Versamark ink, which seems to do a lot better than most ink pads that I've used. It really gets good detail on the first try. So we'll try this, and I'm just going to stamp this on the corner here because I will fussy cut these out. And that looks really good. I'm actually happy with that. So I will continue with the tree. And I'm going to stamp, I believe, I'll try, we'll do 3. I don't know if I'll use all 3. Because they are pretty big. Okay, so the colors I am going to play with are, I have these markers here. And if we test these out, I have a scrap piece of paper. I like to do this because I don't have my chart, mainly because I don't care about these markers anyways. I don't want to spend the time, or sorry, not spend the time. I don't want to, because I don't have a lot of space. I don't want to have charts that I don't really want to keep. Like if I plan on rebuying these, there we go. If I plan on rebuying these, I would definitely keep a chart because then I know which colors I like. But once these dry up, I'm not going to buy them again. So we will use this one. I'm not really happy with this one, but okay, let's try this. I'm not very good with the Copic markers. Sorry, with alcohol markers because I never really get a chance to play with them. But I'm going to do a very basic coloring. Okay, now that that's done, I'm just going to quickly fussy cut all these little pieces out, and I will leave a little bit of a border, a white border around all the pieces this time. Sometimes I follow the black line all the way around, but I think because these images are just really simple, really cute, that white border is just going to add just a little bit more cuteness to it. That's just how I see it. That's how my mind perceives it. So here are my images that I have colored and fussy cut out. Now the card kit also came with these pre-scored cards, so I'm going to use one of those because why not? Right? If they're going to provide them for you, you might as well use them. I'll just get my folding tool, and I believe you want to make sure that that line is on the inside so that there's a bump when you open up the card. At least that's what I do. But do what you would like, but I think that is the correct way. Normally when I cut my cards, mine are the opposite way. but this one's not bad. Actually, this is really nice. I'm going to pull out this pattern paper. This also came in the kit, and I really like some of these designs. I'm thinking about using this one as some grass, and then using this one as some more design. And do we have anything else in here? No, I think that's good. So I'm going to kind of create a scene card, and the first thing I want to do is just create a little mound. He's just going to be sitting there, and I'm just going to fussy cut this out, or just cut it, sorry. It's not really fussying. So you cut it like that, and then you can kind of position it how you want it. So if you cut it the long way, now you got room to play with your hump. Okay, that's why I do that. That's really pretty. I just realized how pretty that paper is. Okay, and then the next thing I want to do is I'm going to utilize this plaid. I really love the plaid, and that's what inspired me to use the colors that I did. I'm just going to trim this and be right back. So I have the piece here. I did cut it so that there is about, it almost looks like a 1/4 inch border around. This is my largest die cut rectangle that I have. But what I want to do, I don't think I'm going to use all the trees. I've decided to change my mind. Just as I was making this card, I started getting inspired for more different things. So what I want to do is I want to use that big sentiment. I really like this large sentiment, happy fall, y'all. It's just absolutely awesome. It's really cute. And it's nice and bold and big and everything. So I'm going to stamp that. And I will use, you know what? Once again, I'm going to heat set that. I just think it's really awesome looking. And I want that shine. So we'll just do a couple coats here, because I don't think that's going to be enough. And we'll just set that back into place. If you have black embossing powder, I don't, but if you did, then it wouldn't matter, because too much, because it would just cover that. So there we go. No idea how this is going to turn out, but let's give it a try. Get a piece of scrap paper, and I'm just going to dump. And once again, I did forget to use static powder, or static, my little pouch. I always forget. Now this is thinner paper, so it will warp a little more. However, it's not that big of a deal because I am going to glue it down. If it does warp a little too much, then I can use double-sided tape. Okay, so there you go. Look how shiny and awesome that is. Oh, I love it. Okay, so in the card kit there was this brown paper cardstock, and I'm just going to use that as a nice little mat for this piece of paper, or pattern paper. And I will use some double-sided tape just because it is a little bit warped. And I just want to make sure that I get a good solid, I don't want it to lift up in any way. And so whenever I get a little bit of warping, I just usually jump to the double-sided tape. You can definitely use glue if you would like. I don't think it would be a huge problem, but better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry. There we go. There we go. I'm guessing that is about right. Nope. I'm off. That's okay. So I think this side's a little bit thicker. I'm so terrible at that. So you know what? I'm just going to trim it. It'd probably be faster if I just used the paper trimmer, but I'm just going to be lazy and I'm just going to trim it. It doesn't really matter. Do that and then good enough. That looks good enough. Okay, so this looks really, I love the pattern and then that brown matte. That looks really sharp to me. Really beautiful. Okay. So next I want to do is I want to add my grass. And I think I'm going to, I don't want to cover the mat, so I think I'm going to go right about here. Position this up. And then I'm just going to kind of trim it down so I know exactly where I want to place it down. So I'll just take a little snip here. It doesn't have to be exact. Does not need to be exact. Just eyeballing it, pretty much. And then I'll get the big scissors because they usually cut a little bit. And wherever my so it's like that, and that should line up. Like that. There we go. Now I am going to prop this grass up with some foam squares. Okay, so try to line this up. There we go. So we have that. And then we'll have our bear here. Have them laying down, and all we need to do is add a little bit of foam adhesives to the back. I have these squares here, so I will just kind of place them around just so that it's not sagging too much. However, I will say that this paper is relatively thick. I'm not sure what kind it is. It might be Neenah, whatever came in the kit. And it's relatively thick, so I don't think it's going to sag too much. And then we just glue the rest of it down. And I will use my Art Liquid Glitter Glue. Is that what it's called? Art Glitter Glue. And we'll glue him down here. It's really cute. I love this bear. I love that little sweater he's wearing. Oops, sorry, got distracted. Love that little sweater he's wearing. It's really cute. And you can actually turn this bear into a Christmas sweater bear as well, because you can just change the colors. It works really well. Okay, and for the tree, I think I'll just stick with this one, and I'm going to, don't know if I want to have it behind the scenes or like would look better like that. No, let's lift him up, just so that it fills in that space. And so I'll just use a bit of foam tape at the top. I think it's really only the trunk of the tree that's actually going to be down on the bottom there, or that needs to be glued down. Yeah, So we just need a little bit more. Maybe put a foam square there. Really cute. And then we'll just glue this piece down. I think my claw got pushed down. Okay, so we'll take the release paper off and we'll set that down. These Simon Says kits, they're just so amazing. I love everything that they've done. I think since I've started, I've only missed out on August, which was a picnic one. But I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. It gives me a lot of things to play with, and it's just a lot of fun. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is just glue this down. Now, I will say that there is a lot of, like I've said before, sorry, is that there is a lot of embellishments in the card kit. Or sorry, there's a lot of stamps in that stamp set. So I only picked the tree and the bear. But there's like tree stump, mushrooms, leaves. There's a bunch of little things that I could have stamped and added to this card. But it's because I do have areas that I can fill in here, right? Now, let's see, what else can we do here? I want to bring some bling. I do have these golden pearls by Studio Katia. I love their embellishments. They just are really nice and beautiful. So what I will do is I will put some of these down. I'm thinking about in the grass here, just to fill in the space. Kind of like little golden flowers or mushrooms or little golden puff balls. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those mushroom puff balls. I used to love them. In Ontario, I used to get them. And they're just big mushrooms. Anyways, that's not what they are, but let's use our imagination. There we go. So let's put them like that. I like that. So that immediately made my eyes happy. And we'll just glue them down with some Simon Says Craft Techie glue. Absolutely love this glue. It works really well with embellishments. That's the two there, and then we'll do these three. A lot of fun things you can do with this kit. Lots. And you can always just even look at Instagram or the website and you'll see all the cool things you can do. And there you go. This is my first card created using Simon Says October 2020 card kit. This is a lot of fun. I love the sentiment. I love how bold that is. I love the colors, and it just turned out much better than I had envisioned in my head. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has created some inspiration for you to get out your kits if you have it, and get crafty and create some fun fall or autumn inspired cards. If you like this, don't feel free to subscribe. I try to get as many of these cards out as much as possible, but it all comes down to when I have some free time, and I don't like to push it. I just like to have fun, and if I'm not having fun, then there's no point. So definitely subscribe and click the bell if you want to know when one comes in. But until then, have a wonderful day and take care of yourselves. Bye.